So now let's go into the different types of framing. All these different choices that you're gonna use to create an incredible video. So let's start with the extreme wide shot or a landscape shot. This is an excellent type of framing that you use to establish a character in a specific environment. Obviously, we need to shoot a very wide shot to capture a large range of information. We can't get a wide shot with a telephoto or macro lens. So for this kind of framing, we'll be using a wide angle lens to capture the geographical environment that your film or location is in. The next kind of shot is a wide shot, simply, where the whole subject is shown physically in a scene. This is good for master shots, establishing shots, or just showing the subject in the environment. The next shot is a medium shot, similar to what we're seeing right now. This is generally the waist up. It's closer up on the subject, but you can still see hand gestures. It's a more intimate, closer physically to the subject, and it's good for talking scenes, interviews, YouTube videos, exactly what we're watching right now. The next shot is a medium close-up, right? So generally, this is this kind of framing. Generally below the shoulders and above the chest, up to the top of the head. These kind of shots have been the standard for different versions of framing your subject that's comfortable. So when we do a medium shot, we do the waist up. When we do a medium close-up, we do the chest up, because this would be uncomfortable and this would be uncomfortable, but these kind of specific framings have been found to be the go-to types of framing for most situations in the film. Now, we're gonna go into detail on how to bend these kind of tried and true types of framing for a new effect, but for now, just understanding that these different types of framing are conveying different information to your subject and then creating that to the viewer. So if we have a wide shot, we're showing the subject in the space that they're in. If we have a medium shot, we're saying what the subject is doing. Physically, you can see that, and that's of importance. If we have a medium close-up, what we're saying is we're not paying attention to the subject's body. It's more important about what the subject is saying, because that's all we're showing in the physical framing itself. Now, the next shot choice would be an over-the-shoulder shot, where the framing is physically behind, over the shoulder of the subject, and you're framing it's kind of like a POV shot, a point of view shot of what they're seeing. In that scenario, what you're telling the audience is what the subject is seeing is of importance. So I want to show you what they're seeing by placing the camera physically over the shoulder of the subject. Now that's much different than a medium close-up. In this situation, you're saying what the subject is saying is important. In this situation, you're saying what the subject is seeing is important. So knowing and understanding that, you're seeing that there's a cinematic theme here, that we're always guiding the audience. What they're doing is important, what they're seeing is important, what they're saying is important. So with a regular close-up, generally just the head, you're showing particular detail closer than a medium shot or a wide shot. And so that leads us to the very last type of framing, which is known as a macro shot, or sometimes called an extreme close-up. So generally, all types of framing have multiple objects of interest, right? So me, object of interest, and then the background. There's something else to look at. Medium shot of two people talking. Those are two objects of interest. But a macro shot is basically whittling it down so that you can only look at one specific thing, right? You're saying that this specific object, someone's eye, someone's mouth, a piece of jewelry, whatever it is of so much importance that this is the only thing that's happening in the frame. So knowing that, you can decide on when to push in and create a lot of weight or physical size for certain objects, or when someone says something, and when to create space, when to move away and not have so much size or weight given to one specific thing in your video. So using this practically, we just need to understand that we use different types of framing to create contrast. Not everything's close, not everything's a wide shot, not everything's a medium shot. We're giving the audience different things to feel at different levels of importance. The bigger something is, the more weight it has in the frame, the more importance is going to be conveyed to the viewer.